Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Redundancy back again, also known as CR, like it says on your screen right now. So welcome to this late night stream slash chit chat. Now, this late night stream is clearly a little bit different because, as you can see, I have some yellow text up on the screen instead of the traditional lighter, darker text that I usually put on because, well, because I wanted to. So what's going on this stream? Well, you'll see in a moment. As soon as I start popping up the chat. Sure, everything's good. Up there. Chat up on there. Loud chat. Some other things up on the screen. So yes, this is late night chit chat with CR. Chance to reconnect with some of you, the people. Share some stories, things going around, and you might see some sneak peeks on things or things in the works. Like always, you people out there can all create a better future starting today. So let's see what's been going on out here in Canada. Well, it's still below freezing out west. It's not as cold as it was like last week, but I mean, I guess it could be warmer, obviously. And it's more or less around average or normal daytime and nighttime temperatures. Of course, let's see, about another week until we reach the winter solstice, the longest day of the year and stuff like that. Yeah, the longest night of the year, I should say. The shortest day of the year. Then after that, the days will get longer until June again. Yeah, it's supposed to warm up. Looks like the jet stream's starting to change out. Speak of weather, I know that northeastern storm is heading out. You guys down in the U.S. on the eastern side, on the Atlantic side of things. Speak of uh, Atlantic, I know down in Atlantic Canada right now, I think Nova Scotia, there's like six people missing out at sea right now. Overheard that on the news earlier. So prayers to them out there. Hopefully they'll get found and hopefully things will turn out well. So I'm just remove my what I call a looper, and boom, you know who's here, CR. And you can tell I'm really decked out. Really decked out. Of course, I got my sewn, made, reused CR logo on. And of course, I got my animated logo or animated GIF file right here. Just size that down real quick here. Let's just put that rid of that's happening behind that. Yeah, I'll just swap it right there. It's a good spot. So yeah, what's going on? What's going on? You know, the rollout of big V stuff like that. I'm not getting into that too much. Regardless if it comes or not, it shouldn't stop preparedness part. Let me be a little bit more serious, I guess, on this stream compared to the last couple of night streams I've done. Gonna do a lot more talking. And like I said, there might be some sneak peeks on some things I currently have or are in the works. So if you're watching this or watching this on the replay, well, you're gonna get a sneak peek on it. I may or may not unlist this after, I don't know. So I might share this the direct link to people. So before I get into that, let's see today. Well, which was Tuesday. You know, Tuesday coming into Wednesday morning. You know, depending where you are, it's pretty much nighttime here in North America. It's probably like what, early morning out in Europe, then probably Wednesday evening out in Asia, Australia, and stuff like that. So today, I was noticing a lot more people are doing live streams on Tuesday evening here in North America. And like even today, I was just like, I was just counting. I had like, at times I had like, on my subscription feed, I had like yes, eight, 8 live streams, uh, in the subscription feed. I was like live stream popping around and stuff like that, trying to give all that support, stuff like that. It's nice to see everyone around. A few of them I did miss because they overlapped, and by the time I got back, they've already ended and stuff like that. And I popped into Premiere for like 10 minutes. Well, not pop in, more like fly in. You know, metaphorically speaking. I think I throw a pun in there, like usual. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool that everyone's starting to live stream and stuff like that. And connecting like that. I mean, I guess if anything this year, people are reconnecting. Well, I wouldn't say more, but differently. Maybe it's not in a physical means, but it's in a more virtual means, where it'd be like something like Zoom, StreamYard that a lot of people have been using and stuff like that. You'd see an icon on the top right hand corner of the screen and stuff like that. Panels and stuff like that. Or just doing a normal kind of stream on their own with a host. Just talking and interacting with their side chat and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see that. And another thing I've noticed this year, maybe it was just more noticeable this year, but a lot more people are getting more into at least general preparedness. I mean, what I always say is like, well, you gotta start from somewhere. We all start from, from the bottom, I guess. And slowly acquire stuff, resources, gear, the buffer zone, which I call it, was supplies, where it's, a buffer zone to handle and supplies and stuff like that being ready to go for like that northeastern that's coming or is coming or will be coming out east on the Atlantic, on the states in the west there and stuff like that. So it's nice to see people get more prepared. It does help. It does help. And likewise, even after, you know, what's been going on this year, we all know. With this big hurdle that's been going on this year and stuff like that. Even after that's, you know, disappeared, fade away, and stuff like that. Remember, you gotta keep going in that overall preparedness part. Because it does help. It does help, I know. I know many times where I was just like, ooh, thank goodness I decided to bring something with me, or at least had something on me. But sometimes you never know what can happen around that next corner. I mean, a lot of times I'm just like, ooh, I'm glad I brought like a first aid kit, or even a mini first aid kit, but at least it gave me something to use. You know, resources or supplies that I could dip into if I had to, and sometimes I had to dip into because sometimes even a 15-minute walk to the store, things can happen, unfortunately. You know, maybe it's like 95% of the time nothing happens, but sometimes there is that rare chance of something happening. Hmm. Sorry. Just checking on some messages I have on my smartphone. Sorry. I guess I'm seeing one of those squirrels there. So I wait for that. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, things can happen. I remember this one time when I was walking and something happened, and I was just like, I was really glad I had like something on me. Like, I'm not going to go in great detail with it, but let's just say I something happened on one of my walks to the store, and I was glad I had like something on me, something on me. Because I was just like, oh, you know what? It's just gonna be a quick ride over, you know. It's only gonna take 10 minutes. Quite a bit happened in 10 minutes, unfortunately. Like, I'm all good from it. I still have a scar from it, I just say, but just say sometimes once been, twice shy. And when I say been, I actually literally do mean that, by the way. Because, yeah. So something happened in there. I was quite glad I actually had stuff on me. Because definitely, at least, I had stuff back at where my main bag was. It was enough to get back to that bag. And stuff like that. I mean, I've actually mentioned it randomly on a different uh, channel because they apparently had some unexpected things happen to them. You might have seen that. I've left out a lot of comments, so you can actually read it. What's up, PTV? What's up, man? It's just on time. Just in time. I'm talking more about preparedness on this late night stream. So I figured I'd bring in more things like a bracelet. Or bracelets. Yes, multiple bracelets. Red, blue, another blue one, and some other things are also in the works, and you'll have to wait to see them. They're really cool though. So yeah, anything can happen at times. It's quite funny at least when I do live stream, even when I'm on panel, I like to interact with the side chat, writing and talking. Because I know sometimes people are listening, or people, you know, they get the volume turned down for whatever reason, but they can still see the chat on the device. So I like to make sure I communicate in both ways, visually, I mean, audibly, and visually on the screen or visually on the side chat. Just some coffee here. Yes, some coffee. Yes, you're gonna see lots of cordage. You know, I these like knots and hitches with cordage and stuff like that. I never do them at first, but I gradually, let's just say, increased my knowledge about using them and knowing about them. Let me explain this back on a different live stream. You got the Alpine Barfly knot at the bottom there, and two taut line hitches. So I can hold my bug. No, this is just something I do. So I can put it on my shoulder or something like that. Yeah, to do something like that real easily. It's very handy. At least I find it anyways. You know, sometimes something like cordage is one of those things. It's much more useful with knowledge. I guess the skill of actually being able to tie things. Yes, 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 it was. So I can hold it like this, or like this. So let's say if I'm walking or whatever, I can just put it over my shoulder, like swing it over my shoulder and stuff like that. That way I can keep my hands free, so I don't have to be like just something really simple too. It wasn't even that complex. I was just like, yeah, you know, that knowledge that I'm trying to apply the knowledge, that skill of tying knots or hitches into just stuff. And that's the thing about cordage, where it be like, you know, paracord, some sort of nylon cord, jute line, some sort of rope, bank line, base line, and stuff like that. It can be quite useful, and one of those things that it can be quite hard to reproduce in nature. You know, like, yeah, you can use vines or stuff like that, but that's if you can get access to it. Maybe. For me here in Canada, yes, also I'm Canadian. I got a big Canadian flag behind me. It's kind of hard to reproduce that in nature at times. I mean, vines or roots. I ain't getting that in the middle of winter. There's no like cattail out that I can probably make some natural cordage. Probably not. It's probably submerged. Well, not submerged, but under snow, frozen. would be able to access it. So, and there's quite a bit someone can do with cordage. And like I said, knowledge of knots and hitches, it makes cordage that much better. I mean, I think I wrote something back on the community board on knots and hitches and stuff like that, and how you know. I put some sort of pull out on it. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there's probably a lot more that I can learn and stuff like that, but I do know some. You know, where it be the Canadian jam knot, the arbor knot, you know, something as simple as that to something a little bit more complex, I guess, like the Alpine butterfly knot, you know, or those are fixed loops, like the Alpine butterfly knot, the bow line. I still have to learn how to tie the bow line since I'm up here one-handed. I have not learned how to do that. I still haven't learned how to do that yet. I mean, I know how to do a bow line with two hands, but I haven't learned it to do it one-handed. Still have to practice on that. So, as far as I feel like I'm getting ahead or learning about gaining knowledge and skill of knots and hitches, there's still a few that I need to learn. And then there's some of them that I don't use that often because I don't use them per se all the time, just because I just don't use them day to day. Some other things like the taut line, the arbor, Canadian knot, something like that, I might use more often just because for what I do, you know, you know, I'm wrapping something or trying to roll up something and say, you know, and I'll be like, oh yeah, put the arbor knot, the Canadian knot, or the taut line hitch. You know, sometimes I'll just be like, just practice them and just do them just randomly. Just like I'm doing it right now. You know, just randomly be like, quickly make a taut line hitch, you know, stuff like that. With slides, or how I like to call it. It's like a reusable version of a zip tie, but in a cordage rope-like fashion. You know, maybe even, you know, practice the Alpine butterfly knot. One thing about the Alpine butterfly knot that I do like is that it allows you to make a fixed loop when you don't have access to the ends. I don't have access to the ends. Let's make one. Just do it, right? Just do it and practice them. You know, Alpine butterfly knot. Fixed loop that doesn't get smaller or wider no matter where I pull. And I still have that taut line hitch there, as you can see. I kind of like making the Alpine butterfly usually more than a bow line, but just because it's easier to undo. I mean, like I'll pull on this really hard too. Actually, it's real tight. See the struggle there. Yeah, for the most part, I say for the most part, I can still undo this without using like, you know, pliers or anything like that. I think that's why I like the Alpine butterfly though. I fixed it from time to time. And just like that, everyone done the Alpine butterfly now. I forgot to put this over. Sorry. See, gotta practice. Gotta practice this stuff. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Got bad sound. Tighten up that top line hitch. Oh, and stuff like that. I've already talked about the low line. Let's just do it for fun. Just, okay. The pressure of being on a live stream. Let's see. Got that open here. Let's see. Under, over, around, through. Let's see if I can actually do this. Hopefully. Oh, see. See, I actually have to practice the full line from time to time. Hey, Gemma. Hi, Gemma. Oh, wait. Since I'm talking about more preparedness, I was prepared with this, but hi. Oh, the thing is. So let me practice this. So I don't use the bull line often enough. I don't have to practice it. Okay, so over, under, around, into that circle. Oh, and hopefully. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm screwing this up. Oh, wait. Alright, bull line. So a fixed loop, just like the Alpine butterfly knot, but I tend not to use this too often. Now, I do believe the bull line you do need access to one end of the line, whatever your cordage rope is, whether it's pro cord. This is just miscellaneous kind of, I don't know, something you might see on a shoelace or something like that. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm Jim. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well. So I figure I might as well get into this. Yeah. Yes, I still have that top line hitch at the end here. Let's just undo this stuff from there. I mean, there's some error dots and stuff like that. I mean, there's that the tumble hitch, which is fairly similar to, well, at least how I see it, it's very similar to like a slip knot or the Canadian jam knot, arbor knot. Although there's a way to quick release it. Although you can make a quick release for an arbor or Canadian jam knot too, which I will demonstrate right here. Usually you put this in, tie this, and then I finish something like this. Now if I want to do it, do it again. So that loop right in there. Instead of putting, I guess the whole end in, put the loop end into it instead. So you'll see that right there. So pull that out. Right there. Just like that. If you loop in there, you can make a version of an arbor Canadian jam knot that has a quick release if it's necessary or if you want to. Obviously, keep you careful with that because obviously it's a quick release. That's awesome. It's nice to see you, by the way, Gemma. Appreciate you and P2E dropping by. You know, and these are just quick release type of bracelets. Like I said, you guys are getting a sneak peek on some of them. Very easy. You know, zipper chains in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I've shown this before. You know, you can have more, I would say more complex, non-quick release type of bracelets. And here's a green one that's like Cobra weave. Something like that. I've had this one for a while actually. Stuff like that. Just put it back on me. Just checking out some of this stuff. You know, I have the device next to me. Just checking out stuff. So yeah, cordage can do quite a bit still. I mean, I could probably talk about cordage for long periods of time. Even to the point, I was talking about this earlier on the live, one of my on a live stream I was on. So, I'm trying not to cough into the mic. No, there's like headphone users and stuff like that, so I'm trying not to cough in the mic or something, sneeze into the mic. You know, just out of respect. But one thing I was saying, I'm pretty sure I said it today, and I added that in, is for signaling purposes. It's basically, everyone's familiar with glow sticks. You know, glow sticks, chem lanes, and stuff like that. I don't have one nearby, but let's pretend this was a glow stick. Let's pretend this is glow stick. Ooh, okay, I got a glow stick or something like that. This can be done with other things besides a glow stick. I've shown this before. Now, the glow stick, it would be known as a buzzsaw signal. Basically, it's a halo, right? So halo. These kind of halos, if absolutely necessary, good for signaling. Absolutely when it's darker and stuff like that. Because these halos create a round shape or a signal halo or something like that. Let me just undo this. I actually got some bank line on this. Tarp bank line. Graciously gifted to me, so I appreciate that. From what, by the way? Watching last randomly. I still use it. But basically, right here, instead of putting the ring in, I decided to add bank line in, tarp bank line in instead, because I'm doing that. Now, right there, can't see because it's dark, but I actually have the Arbor Canadian jam on in there. So, which also means I can, well, I will also tighten it up, so I can open this up here. There we go. Now I got that loop in there. An Arbor, yeah, Arbor Canadian jam. Let's see. Which also means, let me just turn on the light real quick. Turn this on, right? Now I can signal with it. And of course, it's whatever the color is. You know, you could, you know, maybe the ravers had it correct, right? But yeah, the wider it is, the more noticeable it is because the signal will be much bigger. I stand back a bit here. I'm trying to unplug my headset here. You can see I can if you have 5 feet of cordage, you can stretch that out and get like a 10-foot halo. Mm-hmm. I can swing this around my finger if absolutely necessary. So you can do this with pretty much any light source. Just turn on my light back on. Whew. So something like this, useful. And there's other ways of doing it. You can do it with natural materials too. There's ways of doing it. But pretty much anything that, well, releases light, glow stick, and amber. You can do this with charcoal too, if absolutely necessary. You can do this with stormproof matches too, although it doesn't last as long, but it's mostly, 15-25 second burn time. But you can do this stuff not just with glue sticks, you know. And there's ways of making improvised diffusers. I've shown them on the channel. There's lots of different ways. Alright, sorry, I'm just checking up something quick here. Just checking up on some messages. Okay, so yeah. And from this, I can hang this around my neck, something like that. Hang it up in a tree or something like that. Put this over here and be like, some sort of marker or something like that. Let me just turn it off. Turn on my Arbortine gem on here. Spin this clockwise, with the tiny. Slip my stopper knot at the end and me. Turn this around because bankline's kind of hard bankline sticky. Turn it like this. It'll kind of stick, and then the cordage will stick better. Just like that. Boom. Oh, back in my pocket. It's already ready to go. Yes, I've shown this before on the channel. I have a whole playlist of that. It's very interesting. But yeah, you can. I wasn't familiar with having a light on your smartphone. Well, in a jam, absolutely necessary, right? Absolutely necessary, depending on what's going on, right? You needed to signal for some reason, you know, whatever it is, right? Let's say you have like a bag. You can use a bag, anything really that allows light to get diffused or shine through. So like a white shopping bag, you can do it with a lot of different things. I have a whole playlist of that stuff. I'm showing many different things. Even a dead lighter, obviously darker colors don't apply to this because obviously it would not allow light to pass through it. So colors like I guess orange, yellow, red, and stuff like that be used to make improvised diffusers, and aid you in signaling if absolutely necessary. Something like your smartphone, you turn on the light, you have a shopping bag, something like that. I can spin it, white shopping bag, and get a white diffuser out of it and make a white signal halo. And I can spin that around. Now I'm tethered to tether, but I can make a halo that's about, let's say, 3 feet wide. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not getting noise from that. Something like that. It's a circle too, so a circle's not really a nature type of shape. And also, if you do this, do it for the right reasons. Do it because you have to, you have to get people's attention, for whatever the reason is and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna grab something right here. Hold on a second. My bad. Sorry about that. Hold on. I guess I really should put my headset down more gently. Now, I was talking about earlier when I first started streaming about what's happening out east. I think it's maybe that direction. Though it's actually behind me, but east side's actually behind me, but out east, out on the Atlantic side. The states in the US and stuff like that. And I guess it probably would have may extend up to Atlantic Canada here in, Newfoundland, PEI, and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, but places like the Carolinas, I guess, and all that stuff. Boston, New York, and stuff like that. There's that northeastern storm that's coming, or is showing up, or will be showing up, and stuff like that. Sometimes things might happen, stuff like that. Something like this. A simple vest, a simple reflective vest, can be very useful. Let's say you gotta change a tire, you're in the ditch or whatever, something like this is reflective vest is very useful. Maybe in a car pit or something like that. And of course, year round too. You gotta change a tire on the side of the road and stuff like that. So if you're more visible, at least, right? And obviously, standard procedures like using your hazards and stuff like that. So something like this. I'm doing the same. I just don't know how to repack it or whatever. I just have it in a little thing that I repurposed for it. Like you can actually see I melted the ends just to fit it. There's the safety vest right there. See, and that's why the stream has the yellow text up on top on this Fortnite stream. And besides, it's easier to show some of the stuff when it's darker out. So, yeah. There's one right here. Yellow orange. I mean, for safety vest for a car kit and maybe something like this. So you can see, reflective. Even this, I could do something with if absolutely necessary. So what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get some cordage up. This is just. Let me actually get the same cordage up. Hey Gray, how's it going? It's nice to see you, by the way, Gray. One of my channel moderators. I appreciate you taking the time to drop in. So, what I'm gonna do here is just take some cordage here. I'll make the top line hinge again. So, which is relatively good. Top line hinge, or what I call a reusable version of cord, a reusable zip tie version of cordage. Along the, I guess it would be the waist. Yeah, you could probably, if you can make a knot at the top, I'm not trying to come off. And hopefully I can do this without it coming out then. Oops. Guess you weren't supposed to say that, by the way. Oops. So let me just grab something that I have in my pockets. I'm just gonna grab a flashlight out of my pocket here. So I just got a flashlight. Obviously, you can see it's on. Yeah. So I have a knot at the bottom of this right now. Let's put this in. You can see it. I'm gonna swing this real fast, but I'm sure my timeline hitch holds it. Basically, look at this. Okay, you'll get the idea. I can swing this. I'm not gonna swing this hard, but yeah. Even this can be used to help you signal indirectly. Indirectly. I mean, I could be putting my smartphone in there if absolutely necessary. Stuff like that. The aid in it. You know, maybe you got a spare white shirt, spare yellow shirt or something in your vehicle or something like that. It could be a way to signal. That's a, you know, especially if it's serious, right? Also, when I say signaling, you know, and stuff like that, so it's serious enough, you know, where, you know, maybe it's some sort of like, you know, I remember, I tried to get my flashlight out here. I remember one time I was watching this video here on YouTube. I think it was here in Canada and stuff like that. It's like on some road or something like that, highway or something like that. And there was like black ice. You know, maybe you guys have seen this video and stuff like that. And you know, people were losing control. You know, and stuff like that. And, you know, running into the ditch on the side or on the side road or the side of the road and stuff like that. And, you know, I was just hearing people saying stuff like, people would be slowing down and stuff like that. You know, some people had their hazards on. Some people were still driving at the recommended highway speed limit, right? You know, let's say, you know, 100 kilometers an hour. Well, that's usually for ideal conditions. When it's sunny, uh, clear conditions, summertime, probably not so much if it's winter. Visibility is low and stuff like that, or the road conditions are kind of iffy and stuff like that. You know, slowing down, you know, give some more distance in front of a vehicle in front of you and stuff like that. So there's more time to react. Yeah. You know, well, anyways, in this video, I just saw people like hitting bumper to bumper and stuff like that. I time like that. I'm not saying it'd be the smartest thing or the ideal thing, but I think I would just justify using a signal halo there because I think, you know, they indicate, you know, this is serious enough, right? Because, anyways, that's just my honest opinion, by the way. I've only had to use a signal halo once. Once. I justified it though, because just because the nature of what was going on at that time. Hey, Chewy, what's up? Didn't actually notice you slip in. Sorry about that. So, yeah. So you did drop by, man. Yeah. All is well. All is well and shiny. I know. So, now, I should have brought in the. I should have downloaded a video on the channel, but I've released a video about talking about. Well, I shouldn't say talking about, but me actually biking in the winter on snow. by the way. Yeah, that reminds me because Chewie does a lot of biking too, right? But this was at nighttime. Basically, you can actually see cars, traffic. You know, one of the things I mentioned, key things, make your intentions well known, especially in traffic, right? Because usually what happens is what really does happen. No one signals, no one makes their intention well known. And it's like, well, if you signaled, I would have known you were doing that. I would have been able to stop beforehand and stuff like that, right? Always key. Make your intentions well known. Give people distance too, right? Just because, if the conditions are kind of not so great, maybe give some more distance so you have more time to react, or the people behind you have more time to react, just in case, just in case some sort of black ice, that kind of stuff, right? Black ice is one of those things. It's not pretty, that's for sure. Because I already fell on black ice. I don't have it last year, but I think it was during the 2018 season. I actually did a live stream the day after, because I actually sprayed my right hand on it. Yeah, because falling on ice isn't pretty. Definitely, it's not pretty. So let me just put this vest on. There's something like this vest is quite useful. Fairly easy to obtain. I mean, like, even if you don't have a reflective vest like this, even a bright yellow shirt, bright yellow orange shirt, stuff like that. Something that stands out more. So, when you need to be more visible, need more attention because of whatever's going on, right? You got it with you. Probably changing a tire on the side of a busy highway. It's probably not the time to wear camel or darker clothing. You know, you know. Just like for the same reason why construction workers wear stuff like this, right? So they're noticeable, so you can see them and stuff like that. Or people picking up your, you know, garbage and stuff like that, running machinery and stuff like that, so you can see them, right? Stuff like that. Hey Tex, how's it going? I know, I'm late, but I'm talking about more shiny things, reflective stuff. Shiny things. Speak of shiny things, I do have something. There it is. Speak of shiny things. I do have a shiny thing. Look. Oh, and by the way, yes, it is reflective too. It's hard to tell. Let me turn on the light here. That's actually made from. Yeah, I can actually. Yeah, I can actually. Yeah, I was making shadow puppets. I can make a shadow CR on the wall. Just turn the light back on. And yeah, this right here actually has reflective kind of thread in it. So this is actually reflective. Obviously it's small, but this is just, I just made this for fun. Even this is reflective. Wait. I really should have showed when I was had off. But that's because this came from a reflective vest. Yeah. Like I said, there's words with CR in it, and obviously, I'm pretty sure you can tell what the word this was before I cut the C and R out. But yeah, my buddy hooked me up with some reflective vests and stuff like that. I have quite a few of them. Some of them kind of, how do I say, not in the best condition. So some of it I decided to reuse. I mean, if I just get something right here, hold on. I also have these, like I said, these all came from a reflective vest, or a bunch of them. So, let's just say I decided to put them to good use. I figure, yeah. So, and you might see these on the channel later on. Because like I said, you're getting a sneak peek tonight on this late night stream with, you know, CR, like it says right there. Are you text? Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not getting into that kind of thing too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know I'm talking about preparedness a lot in this stream. And, you know, sometimes almost nothing can prepare someone to losing someone. I mean, I feel your pain. Maybe not in the exact same way, but I do. I do. I'm not saying I'm shedding a tear right now, but yeah, I feel your pain right here. I do. I do. And you know, and sometimes I wonder in myself, right? And then I realize, you know, it's hard to move on or go on, right? But how do I say? Continuing that, continuing the fight, right? Do it for them, right? Honor them by doing it for them, by going on, and all that stuff. I think I'll leave it at that for now. Okay. Oh, yeah, hold on. So yeah, continuing on, you know, and all of this story and stuff like that. Maybe about uh, that road video I saw. It's in the middle of winter. It's actually, I know it's here in Canada because, well, the location was indicated, but I've never been on that road or whatever. But listen, if people that were already in the ditch or got by it or whatever, if, if everyone just put on a hazard, I think people would have saw it more in the distance. I mean, during this video, it wasn't like a blizzard or anything like that. I mean, it's just basically just, you know, black ice, ice. I mean, you know, because I think if more people were like in the back, coming up to, you know, first people, or people were on the side, they all had their hazards on, you know, and stuff like that. People have been like, hey, there's a lot of blue lights over there, you know, maybe we should slow down a bit, right? You know, because it might have indicated something's going on in the distance, and communicate that to other people way in the back, and be like, hey, you know, where you're driving, or you know, you're the driver or the passenger or whatever, or in the back seat or whatever, you know, hey, you know, to your wife, husband, mate, child, mom, dad, grandparent. Hey, do you see that? Yeah, yeah, I see that. There's a lot of blinking lights over there. It looks like there's a hit. I think I see a round circle of light. You know, do you think there's something going on? Yeah, there might be. Maybe you should slow down. You know, could help. Could help. Instead of like, a dozen vehicles on the side of the road. You know, that's just me. Well, text. Hopefully, I can raise your spirits up a bit here. Raise your morale up. Raise your morale up a bit. I mean, I know this year it's been tough. It's been tough on me too. You know, to be honest, I lost someone too. I did. I just found out the other day too. You know, these are people. Maybe it's not the same relationship that you have, but you know, I spent time with them. Sang karaoke with them. You know, had drinks together. Some of them I went camping with. Some of them I went to their wedding. Some of them I celebrated New Year's events with and stuff like that. Um, it hurts. And I realize, like I said, to do it for them, you know, to keep how I've been saying, what I did say, keep singing for the moment for them, you know, do it for them, move on, you know, and of course, share my story. That's, you guys aren't alone out there. I truly mean that, by the way, text. Because I do feel here. Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't want to make a big deal about it. I wasn't even gonna say it, but it's all good text. I think, I'm human after all, right? you know, not just naturally immune to all listeners. It's closer to home too at times and stuff like that. You know, yeah. Anyways, it's time to, I wouldn't say move on, but continue on and do it for them. So, and speaking of going on and stuff like that, and continuing on, even after this year, even after what's been going on this year subsides and stuff like that, we all know, we've heard it on the news, that big, the big vac, VAC, yeah, we all know about that. I'm not here to say take it or not or whatever, but going beyond that, right? Going on what's been going on this year, still prepare, right? Still prepare, still have that buffer zone. This might fade into distance, fade or whatever, but there'll be another thing. There'll be another thing. You know, there'll be that next storm. Metaphoric storm. There'll be that. Hold on a second. Clear my throat. So yeah, there'll be that next thing. Hey, take care, Tense. I'll specifically put that on the screen for you. Much love to you. You've been around with me for a while. Always with you in spirit. Hey, if you need someone to talk to, right? You know, just gotta message me. I know counselor or anything like that, but I'll listen. Stuff like that. So always continue on. Even after what transpired this year fades away next year or whatever, there'll be another thing. Like I said, there'll be that next metaphoric storm, that next nor'easter, that next blizzard and stuff like that. What the preparedness items, for water and food, can translate or it can be used for those situations too. I mean, hold on a second. Want to grab what's it called? My headset would stay. I'll just say preparedness is more than this. Yes, you probably like TP toilet paper. CR, you've actually done that? Actually, it just stays in this room. You know, preparedness is more than this. Yeah, right. We all know about the big rush to get this, and stuff. And preparedness is more than this. Food is needed more than this. You ain't gonna need this without food. Let's just say. Like, don't get me wrong, there's other uses for this kind of stuff. We all know about that. Blowing your nose or something like that. Oh, you like that? Would you agree? Yeah. I've actually had that for a while. I kept that on available for the live streams. And sometimes I'll add it in on a static video and stuff like that. But yeah. Well, like I was saying, preparedness is more than just this TP toilet paper or stuff like that. Or even hand sanitizer. You know. When it comes down to it, really, there's a few crucial things that are really important. Shelter, like a home, and clothing and stuff on it, and regulating your body temperature. So in the winter, staying warm. In summer, staying cool. Hydration, you know, H2O, water, the, the liquid of life, the elixir of life, right? That's at what 3/4 of the planet's covered, right? 97% of the water is salt water, 3% only fresh, and out of that 3%, only 2% is like, uh, out of that 3%, only like 1% is fresh. The other 2% is locked away in glaciers, Antarctica, Greenland, and all of that stuff. You know. And of course, food. But also, we are warm blooded. you know, we are creatures that move, have to use energy to do stuff just to keep going and stuff like that. So, those are the important things. Make sure you get those squared away as much as you can. Canned goods. Doing that canning, dehydrating, dry stuff. Hopefully a little bit more than just racing beans and stuff like that. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Well, when I say fire is one of those things, it allows you to. It's a multi-use type of thing, right? Obviously, fire can you know signal if necessary, keep you warm. Obviously, boil that water to biologically make it safe, right? Obviously, you can't boil water if it's chemically infected, or what's the word? Not tainted or affected, but there's chemicals in the water. Let's say sulfur, right? Can't boil that. Now, you can distill it, but yeah, and of course cook your food and stuff like that. Make it safe to eat and stuff like that. But generally, shelter, keeping your core body temperature at that 98.6 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Fahrenheit Celsius is normal. So you're not suffering from stuff like hyperthermia, so above normal body temperature, or hypothermia, below normal body temperature. So our And obviously, it's winter time right now. If you're watching this, it's December in most places. In most places, it's colder. Most places, anyways. Mm-hmm. Yep, yeah. Good points there. Good points there, Drake. Yeah, exactly. Well, but yeah, like I was saying, it's preparedness is important in this movie. It's crazy. Some of those videos I saw this year, people have seen them, right? It was, I mentioned this earlier in the year and stuff, but it was crazy how, you know, it would have been one thing to see it, you know, I was seeing like snacks, like literally, right? You know, like don't get me wrong, yeah, it's convenient and stuff like that, and you might need to use it and stuff like that, but, you know, at least if you're gonna get this, make sure you get some food to go with it. Like I said, we don't need this without food. You ain't gonna have that output if you got no input. Yeah, I just said that. You know what I mean? I was some of these videos I was seeing. And stuff like that. And some of them were taken by people that work at these places. Grocery stores or whatever. No specifics, but there's videos of that. We all know all that stuff, right? There's, there's probably like helps playlists of that kind of stuff on YouTube, but it's like whatever they can't even see above it. You know, it's all cool if there was food going along with that, but when you only see that, it is, you know, where's your priorities, right? I mean, because that try to score away that water and food stuff, right? Now, I'm gonna say this, because I've said this all year pretty much. I have not, at least here anyways, needed to pick up more TP. Never bought more TP this year, specifically toilet paper. Who else can actually say that this year? Who else can say that of all these 7.8 billion so people or whatever, right? Honestly, it depends, but obviously you have more family members and stuff like that. But here personally, I'm buying, didn't pick up any more TP this year, and it's December. Probably like, say, are you serious? You didn't pick up TP this year? Yeah, I'm serious. Read my lips. I am serious. Yeah, I'm not even gonna write that on the screen. I'm serious. Did not buy any TP this year. Well, I didn't put any left, which says not buy any TP this year, but you get the idea. It's because I just made sure I did the sensible thing. You know, what I've learned from you know family members or people, parents and stuff like that. Get it when it's on sale. Get it when it's discounted down. You know, get it in advance. So you don't have to rush for it. I mean, that's why. These two have been sitting in this room for a while. You know, I'm not talking about wipes, or anything like that, or the hand sanitizer or anything like that. I'm just specifically talking about you know, the white TP, the toilet paper, and all that stuff, right? It was crazy. Some of those videos earlier in the year, I was just like, I actually showed people, and like, wow, and they just keep piling up. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? You know, you know, for all the people that actually did that, I really hope they squared away the food part of it because, you know, like I said, I just we just pick this up when it's on sale, right? But hey, it's let's say regular price is like $7, and I see it for like 5, and maybe I'll pick up an extra 2. Let's discount it down, stock it up, and then tuck it away, put it somewhere, right? I'm pretty sure, at least for me here, and for the people I have around, it's probably good for a bit. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that because, like I said, don't get me wrong, there's other uses for this stuff, but, there's a certain how much you really do need. I was talking to a friend earlier this year, and I was just saying, it's easy math. It's easy math. Honestly, if you have people that need to use it more, factor that in. I was just saying, let's say I got 24 pack. Let's say 24 pack of TV, right? So 24 pack. So if you use a roll a day, not saying you would, but simple math. If you use a roll a day, 24 pack, would last you about a month. Okay, CR. Hey, but our family, or I don't use a roll a day. Okay, divided that in half then. Sorry, trying not to cough at the camera, in the mic, but so like what I was saying, divide it in half. Okay, half a roll a day, half a roll. That's 2 pumps now, give or take. But CR, I don't use half a roll a day. Okay, divide that in half again, quarter of a roll a day. Right. So now that 24 pack lasts 4 months. Just simple math like that. You know, let's see. How long have we been at this? Let's see. It's December since like February, March. So like last 9 months. A 48 pack, give or take, could have lasted you since this whole time. Sorry. I had to clear my throat. Doing a lot of talking, but that's how I was saying it. It really showed people's priority in some of this stuff, right? I mean, there's that, the kind of arrow kind of stuff, you know what I mean, over some of this, right? And it's like, and the thing is, some people are actually, have to appear in court because, they fought over this stuff. Yeah, where's your priorities, right? It's some, you know, because you fought over this, you can appear in court and stuff on your face fines and stuff like that, whatever, right? Never mind about any type of price gouging and all that stuff, right? We all know about that stuff. I saw some of that stuff, right? Back in March and stuff like that. I was just like, I am so glad I picked this up when it was discounted down in advance. In advance, being proactive instead of being reactive. Yeah, I get that, Corey. I get that. I get that. I get that. I totally understand that, right? I mean, but the thing is, you factor that in. Factor that in, in that equation or the math on it, stuff like that. I get it, right? So that's why, maybe you pick up an extra 24 just for that reason or something like that, And always remembering there is alternatives to the stuff, right? If absolutely necessary. I was just like, hey, this is more a convenience thing. It's nice to have, don't get me wrong, but it's convenient to me. I was just like, some of that prices back in like March, April. I don't know how it is now. I have not checked since then, but I was just like, that's is that like a 6 packs for like don't quote me on the price. I'm just making hypothetical price, but like did I just see a 6 pack for like 25? I was like, what? What? And I think I got like, 24 for like back before everything, for the kind of more regular or usual price. I was just like, wow. I mean, I even offered some. Yes, I offered TP to a buddy. You know, I had a friend that was down on his luck, and I was like, you know what? Spare a roll. I think I actually spared like 4 rolls to a buddy. So I was just like, yeah, I get spare it. It's all good, it's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind you helping you out, right? You can see you could use some help, stuff like that. So that's what I did. Um, like, don't get me wrong. I got some in some of the bags and stuff like that. A go bag or and stuff like that. Maybe it's some sort of B.O.B. Bob bug out bag. I was about to say Bob out bag, but bug out bag. But I also realize, depending on the situation or whatever, I need some alternatives. So I got rags in there too, just in case if absolutely necessary. Just say, So I'm not just thinking in the short term. Because if you take anything away from this live stream, it's to think ahead, be more proactive than reactive. Speak of which, I'm actually gonna put that as as a fee on my description here, because I've been saying that quite a bit this year, a lot more. Or like be more proactive and less reactive. Actually, if I add that as part of the tags here for the stream, just so I got it up there. Come on. As I try to put back up the side chat here. I don't know if I still have this picture. Hold on, that reminds me, agree. Oh, I don't know if I still have this picture here. I do have a picture that I took back at a grocery store. Back in, I think it was, no wait, I think it was October because the snow was already on the ground. No, this is also here in Canada. And hopefully I still have this image. I think I still do. I think I still. I want to just. Oh, here we go. Well, okay, it's gonna be. So I would have to rotate it beforehand, but okay, so it's not. Okay, it's turn counterclockwise by 90, but whatever. Yeah, you could see that on the screen there. Yeah. Not sponsored by any brands here, but what I'm saying here, let me just resize this down here. Alright. Let me just resize this. Alright. This is back in on the shelf at a local grocery store. So that's why I saw. But this is back in, I think it was either late September, early October. I would have to recheck the date on that image, but I just remember that. But that's what I saw. Because I've been asking people. I'm like, I always just ask them like, hey, how are the shelves? You know, just because I see something at one place doesn't mean it's like at some other place too. Honestly, your friends or family members or coworkers ask them to be like, and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Remember to put my TP away. Yeah. And speak of TP, that reminds me too. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Because honestly, the TP comes the roll or the empty cardboard roll. Now, because I actually want to mention this too, because some people wonder about the redundancy part of the channel. Honestly, people can understand the creative part, obviously, but there's reasons for this. There's reasons for this, which hopefully in the future will become more apparent. But this stuff, don't necessarily just toss it, right? If you got a local recycling program in your area, yeah, recycle it. It's actually cardboard. It is recyclable if it's available. Okay, you know, if not, you know, you live somewhere else or in an area that doesn't have it or whatever, right? Try to reuse it. Now, there's two different ways you can reuse like this. I wish I had two, but let's just pretend there's two. There's a single-use type of reusing, and then there's a maybe more than one use. So a single-use type of reusing would be something like a fire starter, something like that. You fill this up with dryer lint, put some wax in it and stuff like that. Yeah, for your campfire or something like that. Outdoor pit or something like that. As an emergency use item in your bag, in your go bag or something like that. Another uses could be, for example, let's just say putting cables inside. You might have seen videos like that. I mean, let me just grab some here. This is not the perfect example here, but these are headphone extensions. Here's a way of reusing it that's not a single-use type of reusing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Right? And just to spice it up a bit. Just to spice it up a bit. Just to spice it back up a bit. I'll come back to the cordage here. Back to this cordage here. Back to the taut line hitch. I'll put the taut line hitch in both sides of the line. And I've already have it on the one side. From that, I can do from that, I can do something like look at that. Hang this up, okay. I'm always thinking about that right now. I could easily just hang this up. Let's just say this could be your power cable, right? A way to organize your power cable. Now I do have something else I actually use for this, but that's why I'm not using it. But just an example right there. Just an example right here. Oh, right there I should say, because I actually use this. Similar idea. Similar idea. Right, so that's a way of reusing it right away. So, as I kind of figured with all that TP floating around, if you can't recycle it. Honestly, for the most part, recycling should be the last thing, or a single use type of reusing should be the last thing you do. Try to reuse in a way that you could still do other things, right? Something like what I just showed. If I get something else for those headphone extensions, something better, something else, I could still recycle. I could still make it into that fire starter. So that's where part of the redundancy of part of the channel comes through. So reusing, recycling, right? Maybe more than just a single use type of reusing and stuff like that. And there's probably other things I could do with this. I mean, I've been using these quite a bit. I figure, you know what? This is a very common resource. It's often, reuse it for something. And you're probably wondering, I've been actually using this as little round organizers and stuff like that. I mean, you have a bunch of them you stacked and staggered and stuff like that. You probably can make something to hold your stationary items like pens and whatever if you wanted to. I mean, I've been using them as the divide, subdivide an area and stuff like that. Just so, So let's see what else. Oh yeah. Wow, I've been at this for 90 minutes already. Wow, it doesn't even seem like that. And I've probably been standing for a while. We have a sip of coffee here. Don't know what this talking dries out my mouth very easily. This, let me just take a look here. Just taking a look here, seeing what's up. Sorry about that. Let's see. So yeah. Or whatever. Whatever I talk about. Bigger stuff. I mean, I know I've gotten some new supporters, subscribers on the channel. I do appreciate it, by the way. People are like, hey, CR, what do you do on the channel? Also you create offslate, right? But what's this for, right? This right here, the redundancy part of the channel, right? It's basically, it's for two reasons, which probably will make more sense as time goes on and if I show it. This is supposed to be a different way of saying a backup contingency plan, right? In preparedness, there's a backup, the contingency plan and stuff like that. The B part is actually, well, because obviously I wanted the CR, so I needed a word, obviously, at the end, right? It's supposed to indicate or represent words like recovery, which has CR in it, recycling, reusing, repurposing, redoing, remapping, reducing. That's what it's supposed to also indicate, right? So that's, in a nutshell, why the channel's named like this. And besides, I knew that I would be able to get the name. I knew that. I never have issues getting, going to a different platform because I know I can get the channel name. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I know people can ask me and stuff like that. What do you do and stuff like that, Yeah, also I create, but there's also the preparedness part. I guess the survival part, the nature or recovery part, helping out the planet part and stuff like that as much as possible. I think right here I got a LED bulb, and I can actually run with something else. I do have another light that I can run. It's not as bright. I can run this arrow light, but it's not so bright. That's why I don't usually run it for the live streams, because it's way too dark. I have another bulb I would use. What I use is like 1/3 of the wattage. I think this is like still like 9 watts. I have another one that uses like maybe 3. So it's not as bright, and I have it angled differently, so stuff like that. So in the nutshell, that's what CR does on the channel. And also, a comedian, stuff like that, What else? What else? Making sure I touch base on everything that I mentioned here. So yeah, coming back to that, being ready, the preparedness part and stuff like that. I'm trying to be more proactive than reactive, right? Stuff like that. Because if you take anything away from this year, it's that being proactive is generally most of the time better than being reactive. Instead of being reactive, it's like, oh, I'm down to my last roll. I gotta go to the store. And wait in line. Being proactive would have been like, once at the store, maybe I should grab a few extra kind of deal. Instead of being reactive, it's like, oh, I wish I planned this in advance. I should have saw this coming. I knew the storm was coming. I knew this winter storm or something like that was coming. On their side, I'm glad I was proactive and prepared with something in advance for the storm, so I don't have to go out when it's snowing or in the middle of the storm just to get something, because I was more proactive about it. Coming to that reactive side again, it's just like, planning ahead instead of, oh, I just want to watch stuff for the next month, whatever, and do my thing, whatever. Being proactive. You know what? I never started gardening, but maybe I should try that. I know it's only January, but maybe I should. Maybe I should consider that. I'm new at it, but maybe I can learn. There's YouTube videos out there for learning this kind of stuff. Maybe I can get good at it. So, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, being proactive, the preparedness part of it, and prepping ahead, right? Does save time. Does save time. It's less stressful too. I'm just like taking a break from the chair. Because I'm standing for like what? The last like hour. Yeah. See, I prepared. I had the chair ready. Have something to drink and stuff like that, right? And the thing is, preparedness, generally speaking, a lot more people do it than you think, right? Which is, it doesn't seem like it, right? It's not like, some apocalyptic prepping, but, even just having, staples in your fun of having something ready to go, right? You know, it's just like, you know, for anyone that uses smartphone, right? Obviously, we all most of the time will charge in advance, right? That's part of preparedness, right? So it's ready to go. Instead of, because for the most part, no one leaves their place with 1% battery, 5%, 10% battery. Usually, you know, you charge it overnight, you wake up, you start charging it and stuff like that. Make sure you have at least, if not 100%, at least, you know, a good 70, 75, 80%, you know, at least to get by. And of course, in terms of preparedness, you can increase that by, you know, bring your battery bank, your battery charger, your cable with you, you know, so you can get some extra time. I mean, that's kind of preparedness too. You know, it's not food or water, but it's part of it. At least I'm thinking of it anyway. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly, agree. Yeah, very use for it. Yeah. You know, for me, I mean, that could be a form of recovery, right? You know, recovery in terms of the 4 R's, right? You know, if I had the big triangle recycling logo, right? Recovery is another form of recycling, right? Start them in there, you know, maybe shred this up after, put it in the ground and compost it, you know, do that dig and drop or the trench thing or whatever. Now that reminds me, Gray, and everyone who's watching this right now, you can sneak peek on something because I do have something. Okay, I thought I planted ahead. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, yeah. I was just like, you know, I had this prepared in advance. Like I said, for the most part, I prepared the streams in advance as much as possible. Yes. Speak of seeds, gardening, I just think you guys can sneak peek on something. So, if it's okay, no pun intended, I'm showing this. Yeah, yeah. I've already kind of hinted on what it is. You know, so it's, you know, yeah. I just say, once I show it, it'll be, you know, hopefully a little bit more than just okay. Yes. Something I'm working in advance. You know, just because it's winter doesn't mean I can't work for something that's in a couple months from now, in the March, April time. But like I said, a little quick sneak peek on it. You know, yeah, something in the works. But that's goes along the same lines with the recovery aspect. So something I'm getting more into. I mean, I tried it last year, well, I should say for a previous season, my new 2021 season. I'm making sure I'm doing it a little bit even more. We'll see if it was just a fluke, or is it something that actually worked? So yeah, you know, oh great, that was a sneak peek. Sneak peek. Was a sneak peek, right? You know, like I said, the sneak peek. I'm hinting on it. I'm hinting on it quite a bit actually. So okay, I'll read that one. Sneak peek, right? But yeah. So such as also some more sneak peeks here. Let me go put this on or get it. Hold on a second. You're welcome, Gary. That's more of a sneak peek, right? What? Hey, CR, what is that? What you wearing, man? What you wearing? Well, I've shown this. Not yet. It's made many appearances on videos already, even on different live streams. I've even worn it. I've even worn this on a live stream. It's been a while since I've worn this on a live stream. You kind of actually sneak peeks on this, you know. Let's just say it's ready to go. This bag is ready to go. And yes, it is part of my emergency preparedness bag, or at least one of them. Stuff like that. Well, let me just randomly shine some light on there. Stuff like that. Yes. Okay, quick sneak peek, like I said. I'll wear this for a little bit here. Because I've already worn this on a live stream in the past. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Let's see. It's coming up to the 2 hour mark. I'll read this on. Like I said, for anyone watching this, you're getting a sneak peek on this. I haven't decided if I'm gonna unlist this video after. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I might just unlist it and just share the link. But you say sneak peek, you know, closer up views. You know, maybe point into the west direction more. Intent. It's without T. Yeah. Thanks by the way, Wes. Most of everything is, you know, still working on this. I might actually change this setup. Well, I'm trying to always, like, with any kind of system, I guess, bag, go bag, whatever you want to call your emergency preparedness bag or kit. It's always that trying to balance the weight and the bulk with the functionality and the capability of it. Right? Oh, hey, I can lose half a pound. Yeah, but I don't want to give up that half and or that one. I can give up 1 pound in the bag. And do I really want to give up that 1 liter of water ready to go? Right? where something like, hey, I can give up these keyframes. Might not be much, but a little bit less weight. In the functionality, yeah, I can go without it. I still have at least one. I still have cordage and stuff with it. Right? And no, I'm not, by the way. And yeah, I mean, you want to be able to, honestly, any weight on you, you don't have to move it forward, right? Any weight, it's just a given, right? Any weight that you have on you, you don't have to move it forward. So hopefully you can actually ruck it, I guess, right? Rucksack, something like that. Bag, and kit with you, right? The later, obviously, the more mobility you have, right? It's all that balance between the bulk and the weight, what it can do, functionality, capability, and also your mobility. You know, with also with less weight, you're more mobile. But hopefully you didn't sacrifice too much functionality or capability. You know, I can be like, hey, I can lose this one water bottle. Yeah, save a pound. Yeah, but now I don't have that water ready to go, which means I have to go find water. That depending on the nature of the situation and stuff like that. Here in Canada we've got plenty of fresh water, I guess, right? Lakes, rivers, from out east. There's the Great Lakes to out west here. There's a lot of rivers and stuff like that. I'll say the Rockies, the Rocky Mountains, stuff like that. Sometimes you might not have access to water right away, or water that you could be finding is contaminated and stuff like that. With, XYZ stuff, and maybe you're probably like, oh hey, but Sierra, I got a water filter. Well, your water filter handle heavy metals. Maybe it's polluted by chemical contamination. Let's say sulfur, you know, or something like that, or something like this. Uh, uh, I didn't name any names, but straw filters might not cut it for that because it's not a biological contamination. But clearly, I gotta move my chat slightly over. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool, Greg. That's cool. That's cool. No expert on that, but a lot of stuff. You I just more gradually picked it up. Learning by doing. And eventually by doing it and learning and developing the skills and increasing that knowledge level, I can increase within time the EXP, the experience level. Because I've actually done it. I've learned the mistakes and be like, oh yeah, when I try to, whatever it is, let's say, use a ferrocene rod or making feather sticks and stuff like that. I learned those lessons the hard way, whatever, right? Like, oh, I didn't get it the first try, or making feather sticks, oh, or handling, you know, cutting tools and stuff like that, right? I've had my fair share of things happen and stuff, unfortunately. I think Ray, you were there that one time when I showed that live stream video. Pretty sure when I showed that one image. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once been, twice shy. I learned from your mistakes and stuff like that. And sometimes the best way is just by doing, right? Maybe you don't get it right, or it's not accurate, or not so good the first time or the fifth time. Within time, tips and tricks, and by doing, you increase your EXP, your experience level. You know, say EXP because gaming term right there, EXP, experience. But yes, I've been wearing this bag for the last 5 minutes, and you know what? I'm actually gonna keep this bag on. Why not? Why not? I am talking about more preparedness in the night stream. A lot more. A lot more. I've already worn this bag around and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's not the lightest thing in the world, but I just say I wear it. I mean, I can do squats. Right? Oh, you can't see me doing it, but I have to spread out my hands. But one leg, okay, left leg. Also, I'm not going to go, but stuff like that. Stuff ready to go on it and stuff like that. And people are like, hey, Seer, how come you never show your bag? You haven't shown a bag for a while. It's because I am actually trying to get the EXP on it and refine it. So it's not just like, me. Like, I guess I probably could have been, hey, here's version 1, here's version 2, here's version 3, but I decided not to do it with this. At least not with this. Because I was just like, you know what? I'm actually not, use it. Most of the stuff can have use. And if I haven't used it, I've used the exact same thing before. A garbage bag's a garbage bag, right? Flashlight's a flashlight, right? The cutting tools, yeah. I've used them, maybe baton or bits of feather sticks, or at least something like that. They're not just fresh, or new. They're not new, they just look new because I take care of it, right? And you would see some, a patina on like a carbon steel blade or something like that because I've actually used it. Oh, I know, Gray, you want to know, right? Well, hey. Maybe if I could start getting more tired, maybe I'll take it off and show a few things. But not too much, right? I gotta leave some for the video. Because the thing is, I haven't shown a big video in a while. Actually, if I remember right, I have not shown a kid video all year until now, so to speak, because there's sure a lot more. I was getting more into, well, honestly, what's going on, right? Trying to talk about that stuff and try to not just talk about per se year, the creation part of it. Be more prepared, be more proactive and reactive, and stuff like that. And of course, giving my support to people too. I mean, this bag's probably like 16 pounds, give or take, I mean, I always try to refine it down, reduce the bulk and the weight as much as possible. When we're trying to maintain that functionality or capability, right? Like I said, I can, oh hey, I can drop the weight of 1 pound, remove the water, but do I really want to give them that functionality or capability of having 1 liter of water or, water ready to go, a container, right? So to me, I can say, yeah, I'll just keep it on there, right? And of course, something like water is consumables. But I always add the consumable weight on. Anyways, that's my starting weight. Also food, any type of fuel, or something like a fire starter, whatever. Yeah, that's a consumable. But I always factor that in because that's the starting weight. Hopefully I can make the big later in time, but or as I use it. But to start off with, this is how much it weighs. You know, just some stuff I have ready to go as much as possible. Now I'm thinking of actually adding pouches instead. I'm actually thinking about that. I think that's another reason, which it comes back to the creation part of it. As I go away from the preparedness part for slightly here, the creation part of it. I was thinking, maybe I can make some pouches for us. Some side pouches. Put on that molly or whatever, right? Make my own, right? And kind of make the bag, make the kit my own. Where it's kind of more fine tuned and stuff like that. I might do that actually. That way these things are more hidden, yet still able to access them and stuff like that. I'll see. I try not to put too much on the outside, just because, because I don't want that kind of noise hanging around and stuff like that. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I gotta plug in something from my device now. Wait, hold on a sec. I just gotta deal with something real quick. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I had to plug in my device. I had to check out one second. Anyways, so yes, I'm still wearing the bag, but I'm always trying to improve on it. Oh yeah, so like I said, I'll make some pouches or something like that. Always trying to improve on it and stuff like that. Try to bring both the creation part and the preparedness part together. The creation part and the 4Rs together and stuff like that. Bring it all together like it was always meant to be. So, let's see. What was it? Yeah, it's only been like 10 minutes. Yeah, it's only been like 10 minutes, so I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop by on this late night stream with CR here. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. I'll put that one back on the screen for a little bit. I'll bring my media file over for a little bit here. Keep that on the screen. It's, as I point, have all these CRs on the screen. I've noticed the words now with CR in it a lot more. It's just quite funny. So words like recover, or in shelter terms, cover, let's see what else. Um, you'll see it as a recurring theme, CR, which recurring has CR in it. Alright? Stuff like that. Cordage, which has CR in it. So, yeah, there's a lot of words with CR in it that I've noticed. And there's probably a lot more. I know. This is no, I wouldn't say any special backpack or anything like that, but it's what I have right now. Honestly, with funds and all that stuff, maybe I can upgrade or whatever, but at the moment, this is what I have. I have brought this out a handful of times. I've gone short walks with it. I haven't done anything too, let's say, dramatic yet, or like a long walk or anything like that. No. Hopefully within time I'll do more of it. You can see that I can easily move around with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously there's weight on me, so there's a mobility penalty because I have weight, but if I didn't have headphones in, I can jump to a certain degree. Alright, Gray, I do appreciate you dropping by. Take care, by the way. I know you wait though. I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in, Gray. And stay tuned. You might see this later on. You got a sneak peek on it. So yeah, I think keep going on here. Wow. 2 hours. 2 hours. Wow, I didn't have this for 2 hours. I think I'll go for a little bit longer. Like I said, I don't know if I'll keep this this live stream. I might just unlist it after, but like I said, I mean, if anything, this is a warm up to actually talking about it. And stuff like that. I mean, I've talked about it before, but this could be a warm up. And, like I said, sneak peek on a few things. Like I said, sneak peek on a few things. I figure. Take care, Gray. Appreciate it. So, yeah. The thing is, why did I choose a bunch of yellows for this? It was honestly because I wanted to be more bright in this stream. So, yeah, put my thing back on the bottom. So yeah. So, sneak peeks on these, this stuff right here. Just checking up on some stuff. So yeah, like I said, if it already hasn't happened, winter is already coming, or is already going on, right? Make sure you're well prepared for it and stuff like that. Get those car kits and stuff ready in advance and stuff like, jumper cables, the safety vest, a flashlight, headlamp, you might have to, fix a tire or something like that, or check up on something, stuff like that. shovel, shovels, use and stuff like that. So I'm still not sure if I'm gonna with this. I may keep this up. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know, I'm trying to be ready as much as possible. Be more prepared. Preparedness. You know, stuff like that. You know, try to learn more about this stuff. You know. Yeah, maybe it doesn't help you on the same day that you make it or have it. Like, there's something to be said and to remember when you do have something, when you do need it, when both of those things go happen at the same time. So when you do have it, is at the same space and time. Space time? No, but you know, the same place and time. Alright? Where you're like, oh, I'm glad you know, let's just say it's a poncho. You know, you're like, you glad you brought it. Maybe you've been carrying it for the last 364 days, but that one day that you needed it, or it started before, and you're like, and you were, let's say, had to walk home, car broke down or whatever, and you had to walk home, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately. Maybe it was only 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, but, you know, you get that poncho, and you're like, oh, thank goodness I have it. You know, where it makes it worth it than the rest of the 364 days of carrying it. You know, because some things you may not be able to foresee in advance, but you can prepare in advance for it for a lot of things. Not everything, honestly, but a lot of the stuff can overlap. You know, it might be secondary uses and stuff like that. You know, where it be a cutting tool, some sort of cordage, rope, you know, combustion type of tool, things, you know, cover, shelter elements and stuff like that, like a poncho. You know, preparedness is more than just, you know, that TP. A little bit more than just, you know, cargo tape, duct tape. A little bit more than that. You know, I'll say food and water. You know, maintaining a normal body temperature. You know, 98.6, 37 Celsius, 98.6 Fahrenheit. So you don't suffer from hyper or hypothermia above or below normal body temperature because of your from being outside or anywhere really, you know, in extreme heat or more heat or extreme cold or more cold. And the thing is, something like being cold. I mean, you can feel cold because even when it's not snowing, per se, cold, just by the simple fact that water can draw heat away. Water has a very high specific heat capacity, as I remember from school. What's it? 4.19, I think. You know, don't quote me on that, but you know, water can hold quite a bit of heat. So water will pull heat if it's surrounded. If you're surrounded by water, or you're wet, it'll pull heat away from you pretty quickly, and as fast as metals, like aluminum, steel, and stuff like that. You know, when it'll pull heat away from you. I remember one time I getting soaked. Whew, that was pretty cold. I was kind of shivering-ish a bit. I mean, and the thing is, that was not winter. That's the coldest I felt from not being, winter or snow or anything like that. That's because I was soaked, and it was like only like, let's say, in the single digits here in Canada. That's below 50 Fahrenheit. You guys in the U.S. Yeah. But the thing is, it was also windy. You know, and that's another thing too. Wind will blow heat off of you, right? For the same reason, it keeps you cool. Per se, in summer, in the winter, it's blow heat off of you, and it's considered wind chill once it's below freezing. But honestly, you still get the wind chill per se factor anyways. You just they just don't call it wind chill until the temperature or air temperature is below freezing. But you know, a lot of the time, the most important thing is not just layers in the winter and stuff like that, but a windproof outer layer. You know, because if you're bundled up, you can handle like per se the cold. It's not windshield. You know, it's like it's one thing to have like a couple of angle between calm and a slight breeze, but it's totally different. Totally different when it's not only cold but really strong gust winds, where it's on that wind scale like strong breeze to like almost gale force type of winds, especially if you're out in the open. And it's because I remember doing that at least once on an open lake in -30 with very minimal shelter, very minimal wind block, very minimal. Yeah, me and my friends we always talk about that every so often, and it's like, yeah, that's the coldest we've been, or at least remember anyways, because you know we were out there for a couple hours and stuff like that. Because my buddy's ice fishing and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, you know the wind will just blow right through you. You know, you're just like you know if you're blocking the wind or anything like that, or if the wind is going through any part of you, and stuff like that. I mean, I've had other instances of windshield and stuff like that. I've been biking, yes, outdoor biking, ding ding, with in the middle of winter, stuff like that, where it's like, was I remember this one time. Let's see, I think it was the day before New Year's Eve actually, so it's actually coming up to the anniversary for that. But I think it was 2017. Yeah, 2017 year, stuff like that. I went out biking for 90 minutes, or the trip was 90 minutes. It was -30. That's -22 in Fahrenheit for you guys in the US. Yeah, yeah. On the bright side, I did find something cool, or warm, I should say, which I've shown on the channel, or warm. So, on the bright side, right? Yeah, yeah. You're probably wondering, Scar, how can you do this? Because I wanted to, and it also shows me the most vulnerable spot. I mean, where it's just like, now I know. It's my thumb and my feet. Everything else I was good, right? It's those only two spots. And when certain parts of your body are cold, that's all you think about. Your thumb's cold, you're like, come on, right? Or your feet are cold or whatever, you're just like, come on, I gotta keep moving them, right? There's the thing about biking, especially when it's colder out, there's always windshield. It doesn't matter because you're traveling through the air, I guess, right? So there's always going to be wind chill. Also, it's less if it's tailwind. But if it's oncoming wind, yeah, you're pushing hard, you're gonna feel that wind chill a lot more. You know, like if the wind's coming in from the north at 20, 30 kilometers an hour, and you gotta fight that for like next like 20 minutes. Yeah, you have to push harder, so you might generate more heat, but you're gonna feel the frostbite. The wind chill a lot more because yeah. And the thing is, it's just like I think I had multiple layers on. I mean, there was this one time I went out, go visit some buddies and whatnot. No, I didn't. It wasn't that far of a walk. It's only like say 20, 25 minutes, give or take. You know. But the thing is, I was in minus 40, relatively speaking, right? We're really close to, it might have been minus 37 or something like that. But let's just say minus 40 for the sake of simplicity. Minus 40 Celsius is the same in Fahrenheit. Or for everyone else, yeah, it's cold. And the thing is, I wasn't even the only one walking out there. I think I had like 5 layers on. 5, yeah, maybe 6. You know, I get to my buddy's place and stuff like that. I'm like, they're like, hey, CR, aren't you cold? I'm like, minus, you know, hands and stuff like that. That's pretty warm. You know, you know, they're like, you're warm? And then they start seeing me how many layers I had. Right? Oh yeah, that's why CR's warm. You had like 4 or 5 layers on it. Because the thing about layers is, if you're sweating or whatever, you can cool down a little, right? Or if you start working too hard or overheating, you can remove the layer, cool down a little bit, then put that layer back on. Can't really do that with just one jacket, you know, one poopy jacket. So generally, I don't wear just one jacket. Let's just say I'm just checking on something outside. That's one thing, but if I tend to wear layers a lot more. I mean, I can always put on that jacket on top of everything else if absolutely necessary. I tend to just wear layers a lot more. Just layer it up, layers, right? More that dead airspace. Just like I have dead airspace right here. And if you're wondering, this is actually our stage prop. Wow. I think this says it all. But yeah. Those are the things I keep in mind. So, as you can tell, I've been wearing this backpack for the last half an hour. Half an hour at the least. I haven't taken it off. It's still on me. I think I have to adjust this side just a tad. I probably could have. Wait. This has a waist strap. Adjust the waist strap. I just realized I had it was like this. Oh, and snap, you can hear it. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Also, if I was actually moving around or doing something. What up? Jerry's in the house. What's up, Jerry? How's it going? Thanks for taking the time to drop in on this late night stream of mine, which is a sneak peek on a couple of things, you know? You know? Like this random box cutter I got for free. I figured I'd show this. It's already in my pocket. Because I know how much Jerry likes his cutting tools. So, also it's a full tang custom thing. still handy. No, this is just something I have. I just have it. I got it for free. I got it for free from doing a job, so it's part of the gift. Let's just say, you know, Jerry, seeing you here reminds me I've never per se made a cutting tool or knife totally from scratch, but I have reused things to make one. Yes, maybe it'll make an appearance on the channel one of these days. I did hint it before on one of my other live streams, and stuff like that, where I actually made something and stuff like that. Even made the handle for it. You know? Yeah, it was really cool. And the thing is, I just did that for fun. It was for fun. I was over at my buddy's place, and seeing grinding tools and stuff like that. Spare metal pieces. I just made a cutting tool. You know, just the per se paper cutting type of test that you would see the alignment of the blade and stuff like that. I can make the curves in it and stuff like that. Like, that's not like scary sharp, but it is sharp enough utility wise. I made a handle for it. I thought I could make a better sheath for it though, but within time. Yeah, I mean, I remember, where did I say it from? Oh yeah, it was from Diggers Outdoors. He was showing something like this, but a different kind that you can add a saw portion to it. I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Obviously, the saw's gonna be longer than this, but you know, could be useful for some sort of day pack or something like that. At least give you some options, you know, stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Well, I guess we're gonna see if I can wear this backpack for a full hour. I've already been wearing it for 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes. Right? You can see I'm not sitting all the way to on me. Right? Also, I'm not, you know, walking uphill or hiking uphill or something like that, but I'm standing. Just move around or wobble around. It's not a dance. I'm not dancing, but, stuff like that. Maybe I'll do random squats while I'm here, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, who needs dumbbells or anything like that, or um, free weights? I got a backpack. I could just, I mean, to be honest, I can throw on there. I can throw on one layer lighter backpack on the front if I wanted to. If I wanted to. You know, you know, Jerry, oh, I wish I could, well, create custom stuff like that. Maybe one of these days, but at least, you know, if anything, at least I'm trying to reuse pieces of metal to try to make something. So that's always a start. you know, and, reprofile an edge on something and stuff like that. Just doing it for fun. You know, gain the experience of at least that. You know. I know even my buddy wants to get into forging and stuff like that. Hair dryer, right, and stuff like that. Maybe one of these days. It'd be real cool, to be honest. Because it would unlock a lot more creating potential for me. And of course, gain the experience and stuff like that. The knowledge of doing it, making the skill and be like pounding it, pounding the metal and all that stuff. Nice anvil and stuff on it. That'd be cool. I know with something like that, I would totally increase how much I can create or try to create with. You know, just like tools unlock potential in creating. You know, from a simple hammer, a wedge, to like a sander, a rotary tool, like a Dremel or something like that, to like a full-fledged grinder, all the way to like forging. Wow, that'd be really awesome. Hey, that's cool, Jerry. Yeah, exactly. And you know, that reminds me of like stuff like it's called um like not forge welding, but like welding in general, right? This allows you to do a lot more with materials, the resources. So you can take like, hey, I got this piece of scrap iron and steel, I can make something out of it, right? The thing is, I really want to get into it is because for two reasons. Because honestly, I want to create with it. Duh. But it can give me an opportunity to reuse, per se, recover scrap pieces material, per se, recycle it, right? Because to me that'd be important. Because then it feels like, you know, not only am I making something, learning from it, I'm also reusing something so it's not ending up in a landfill. You know? And you know, so I think that's more reason for me to want to get into that stuff. Just because it allows me to reuse stuff then. Right? I mean I discovered so much reusing stuff. It was like, especially this year, I guess. I mean, previous years and stuff like that, I've learned stuff, but this year I was like, you know, where this like with the right tools, you know, and the right resources, you can almost make well, almost anything, you know. Just limited by, you know, up here, imagination. You know, you got welding equipment, you got rotary tools, forge, hammers, nails, being knowledge of math, the knowledge of the science behind it, you know, there's a lot you can create with. That's like the holy grail right there for CR. To do all that stuff. Or for some reason, it's just like, you know, I can see myself, hey, I can sew, I can forge, I can grind, I can fix, you know? Uh, that'd be like, that'd be like, right up there. You know? That'd be really cool to do, you know? So I can do this kind of, you know, really cool stuff, you know, like the metal stuff, the fabrication stuff, but I can do the sewing stuff too, right? You know, being able to sew stuff like this random, right? Yeah. This is just a piece I'm sewing for, I think for a belt loop or something like that. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. That'd be cool too, right? Maybe, you know, make some spare income, right? You know, especially if I get good at some work. Also, when you get good at it or whatever, it could be something to be like, hey, it could be spare income, you know? Where it's like, you know, you put one plus one together, and I know I said it in this our live stream, you know, where one plus one equals 11. Now, obviously, that doesn't mathematically make sense, but the thing is, my teacher used to say to me, it's supposed to indicate one plus one, yeah, equals two. But if you think outside the box, there's a lot more you can do with one plus one. Let's just say, you know, it's just like taking like a piece of metal and a piece of plastic. You know, there's a lot more things you can do with it than just making two. You know, piece of metal and piece of plastic. There's quite a few things you can do with that. You know, especially with the right tools. grinders, you know, yeah, yeah, grinders, rotary tools and stuff like that. If anything, I'm just kind of rediscovering it. Don't get me wrong, I did, shop class in school and stuff like that. I miss that stuff. You it's a funny thing. I took Sony class in school too, right? If anything, I'm rediscovering it. And hopefully, if my teachers at the house saw what I was doing today, currently, they'd be like, "Hey, Sierra, wow, you're still doing it? You still this? You made this?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that's really cool, right?" And applying that knowledge from the past to right now. You I think that's another reason why I started this channel. So I can share it more. You know. Hmm. So in about 10 minutes, I'll be wearing this bag for like an hour. And when you meet me the first time I've done this. I think I need more padding on this side, but it's not too bad. Now I'll say if I'm wearing something thicker like a jacket, it'd be fine. Alright. I'm just gonna keep moving around here. You know what, Jerry? Because I believe you, man. Why not? You've been around with me for a bit. So I'll change that gray to blue for you, Jerry. Why not? I think I need to update my wrenches, moderators, spanners, whatever you want to call them anyways. So I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in. I gotta double check and make sure I drop by. And check out your content too. A lot of that content out there, maybe I'm not vibe right away. That's because I can't. It's like sometimes it's not applicable to me, or that doesn't apply to me right away. I don't have it. Right? But, if I get into it, I'll come back and watch a video, and well, or anyone else that put out today, that hey, 2 years from now it's applicable. 2 years later, I'm gonna watch it because now I can apply it. Right? If that makes any sense. Oh, wearing? Oh, I've been wearing this backpack for the last 50 minutes, Jerry. Was at my hour 49-minute mark, at least on the indicator that I have. I put this backpack on, and it's 10 minutes short of that in terms of being an hour. So yes, I've been wearing this backpack for the last 50 minutes. Right? It's about 16 pounds, give or take. I was talking about go bags, whatever you want to call your emergency preparedness bag, bug out bag, whatever, I mean, should I inch forward? No, regardless of what you want to call it, right? I'm just saying, you know, having it ready to go and stuff like that. Obviously, I want to stay at home as long as possible, but there's things that can force people out. It's totally possible, as I know, so that's why I try to use it, wear it, and stuff like that. So it's not just sitting in the back corner, sitting in a closet, hasn't been taken out for a year. When's the last time you put it on? I don't know. Have you ever put it on? Maybe once, right? Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not on the opposite side of the spectrum where it's like, oh, I got my bag on every single day. I use it all the time, once every week. No, not like that. I do bring it out at least once a month. you know, you know. So I figured I'd bring it on to this one because I'm talking about preparedness more. So So yeah, I was always thinking about bringing pouches for this. You know, someone would consider that, right? Maybe apply the sewing knowledge or skills that I picked up, the experience, and make something for it. You know, you know, I know everyone's like, if you got money, also you can buy stuff, right? And sometimes you can't just throw money at something, right? And there's something to be said about being able to create it yourself, right? It's just like, Jared, you make stuff, right? You, there's something about that, right? That's something about being able to make it, right? It's not really the self-sufficiency or self-reliant part, but it's being able to take scraps, a raw material, raw resources, and just be like, from this jumbo mess to the shiny XYZ product or item or whatever, and be like, if we're in actually school, functional, and relatively good quality for what it is because you put the work into it to make sure it's nice stitching, you know, like for you, Jerry, nice, you know, it's straight, the tank's straight, it's full tank, you got that scanty grind or something like that, that the back of uh, your the back the spine is like a 90-degree spine for your fair seam rod and stuff like that, right? Yeah, exactly. It'll give you something more to work with. You know, we're less likely to have to rely on like resupply and stuff like that. These are just things I want to get access to. Because this is more a go bag, I guess. Whatever you want to call your emergency preparedness kit. Wait, wait, wait. Let me just turn on the light real quick here. I think this is another reason why, it's necessary. So that's why I put that. And this one, I have. This is an earthing. So that's why I want the pouches, so I can actually kind of conceal them a lot more, yet still have access to them. So, like I said, people have been asking, and I've said, you know, I haven't shown a bag in a while. It's because I'm trying to fine tune it. Because the last time I haven't shown a bag since the start of the channel. It's because I've been trying to fine tune it, so it's not just like, some half thing. I'm trying to not to per se perfect it, but where it's kind of like, you see me doing it, see me you're using it, wearing it, talking about it, and stuff like that. It's not just like, oh, here's my bug out bag, my go bag, whatever, right? And you never see it again. You never see it in videos. You never see it me wearing it or anything like that. I mean, I'm not saying this is the latest thing or anything like that, or I'm real tough or anything like that, or real high endurance, but actually, this bag, I've done planks, push-ups, clapping push-ups, pull-ups, worn it on a live stream, or even this live stream, wearing it on me for a whole hour. I worn it on a different live stream for a couple hours too. And it's relatively the same weight and stuff like that. I check on this bag. This is probably more of a primary bag, I guess. The way I can access it. Yeah. Unlike you, Jerry, I got a few others, right? Don't get me wrong, right? Contingency plan, the backup, right? So yeah. I'm still working on it. I think these banks are always in flux. as they say, something you always work on, try to improve on, personalize, fine tune it, and stuff like that. You might, just because this is there doesn't mean it's gonna be there the next time. You might want to change my mind. I just have this attached to the Molly. I have something blocking the terminals, the battery compartment, so I just have to swing it open. However, this one will work right away. So, stuff like that. Emergency whistle, stuff like that. I think the only thing is about this is that depends what I'm wearing. I guess it didn't help that it was underneath my collar. I'm gonna have to adjust this. I guess that's why you could actually wear it, try it out, right? It's not fun. Don't get me wrong, I got something else, or I got other things. So, in about 2 minutes here, I've been wearing this bag for a full hour. 4 hours straight, right? Been standing the whole time, I haven't sat down or anything like that. Moving around too. I think what's gonna happen here, let me see here. Hold on, I have to add something in. As I keep talking here, I keep having to add into my tags. On the screen. That is a tag for this video here. Our stream. I was waiting to chit chat with CR. Making sure I say all those nice words. Those are the words I'm using for this. For the tags on video and on the stream, so I think alright, make sure I say them enough. Alright. So I think here, okay, now it's been 1 hour. Okay, I'm just gonna take a break. Let's see, I'm gonna put this down. Oh yeah, bag's coming down, right? See, I got no bag on. Alright. You know what? Just for fun, I'm just gonna put this down here. I'll do some arm pull overs, I guess. I guess you're supposed to do on the ground, but never. Right. Left hand. Alright. Like I said, I'm still working on this. That's why I haven't shown it yet. Because I'm still working on it. Right? I want to put it through its pieces a little bit. Even if it's just wearing it for a little bit, walking around a little bit, standing around with it for a little bit, doing some push-ups, clapping push-ups, planks with them. I've even tried to do chin-ups and pull-ups with it, like 3 or 4, but still, right? At least I know I can do it, if I really had to. Also in a serious situation, hopefully adrenaline would help me actually, get up, right? Just in case, or whatever. Well, I will show one thing, because a garbage bag, because garbage bags are always useful for multiple reasons. So, like I said, I'm trying to refine this bag as much as possible for what it is. I some coffee in here. a lot of things you might see in their bags and stuff like that. And you might see some stuff in here that's different from other people's, per se. Emergency preparedness bag, their go bag, bug out bag, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of similar stuff. So, yeah. Tried to organize it in terms of caption and stuff like that. I'm saying it's supposed to be this week, but maybe within time I might go back in for this month before just checking on it, check the outside. Is there any tears or anything that's slipping out? Stuff on it. I think it's still relatively good working order. Stuff on that. Yeah, I get a pulse. I mean, not pulse, but icicles with it. Hold it with one hand. Something like that. Yeah. Checking the straps and stuff like that. Yeah. Relatively good working order. You know, address any issues beforehand, right? You know, that way it's in a ready to go state. You know, that's one thing I've had on the About page on the channel for a while. Right? Having things ready to go. Right? Like I know Gray said, well, you know, someone said it earlier, right? It saves time. You know, the current saves time. What's up, man? Oh, you preparing house? What's up? Audio should be going. Pretty sure. Yeah. If I have the preview up on the screen, I just heard my voice. So anyway. Oh. Oh. Anyways, what's up, man? Thanks for you dropping. See. Always double check, right? Double check, right? Sometimes. Right. Now, like I said, I've said in previous live streams, there's audio issues. You gotta tell the host because most of the time the host is not listening to their own thing. You know, they have it muted and stuff like that because obviously, you know, I always appreciate the feedback on the stream, right? That's, you know, I'm looking through like something like OBS, right, or something like that. Also, it's gonna be clear. Well, when I'm talking, so also I can hear what I'm saying, or I can see from your guys' point of view, or guys and gals from your point of view. So yes, I know. I figured I'd show a lot more bracelets for anyone. I know. Sorry, you American viewers, I don't have a white one yet. Or else I'd show red and blue. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm just showing this. Well, not showing, but previewing, hinting, sneak peeking this bag right here. I was actually wearing it before you came in for the last hour, Holy Prepper. I was actually wearing it for the last hour. Again. Oh, these are just things I want to access. Because this is more of an emergency preparedness bag, so I want to be able to access a light source and a signal source. It might come up to that. It's for, right. Now, I don't usually do that, right? No, just a standard light and, you know, don't get me wrong, I have, you know, I EDC stuff, but I'm trying to make this bag have it too, because the thing is, you might have the layering, right? Everyday carry, some sort of get home bag, go bag, and stuff like that. But depending what goes down, you might not have access to parts of it for whatever the reason, right? I mean, let's say you're in the shower and something happens, right? You're scrambling, right? And you forget to put on, or can't get access to your everyday carry because you left it in your room. Like you can grab a bag. Hey, oh thank goodness the bag still had a flashlight. But I can't access my everyday carry flashlight for whatever reason. You know, something like that. And besides, if you have an everyday carry and a flashlight, you can now you have both, right? Which also means you have a backup. Oh, these these are actually making a sneak peek or a preview on the channel. You will see later. There will be a video on it. I just wanted to show them but not show them. There's a reason. Something I come. Something I wouldn't say I invented it or anything like that. Something I just made. Let's just say something that might be handy. Really simple. And what I like about it is that it's reusing stuff. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I know. The thing with these two on my wrist, I can leave them on. So some sort of bracelet. Yes. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I can add. Oh, you remember what you said when I commented on that video about that biker, that bicyclist, right? And what I said about that? There's reasons why I say it because since you're here and stuff, and since I'm talking, I can explain it more. Because sometimes on my comments, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I couldn't talk more, right? I'm like, let's be more concise and all that stuff, right? And sometimes I'm kind of vague on certain details just because I don't want to make a comment like that long, you know, 9 paragraphs, right? And this is why I like the streaming side of things, or even like if I was on your stream or on the side chat over on your stream, right? I could say a lot more things, details and stuff like that, get my point across, stuff like that, where you can read it right away, stuff like that. It's because I bike a lot too, so and I do stuff, so that's why. And that's why these things will also be useful. You just can't tell because they're on the opposite side. That's why. That's why I've been trying these out to see if people will notice it. They'll say like, yeah, right. So this is something I can easily be more, let's just say, conceal stuff. I would not conceal, but hide in plain sight. But if I need to, I can change it. Oh, no, this is what I'm saying is like, that's what I was talking about this earlier. Is hold on a sec. Just give me a sec. I gotta move some stuff anyways. Oh, I was talking about this earlier about reflective vest, right? I think you kind of hinted on that, right? Well, making. See, I do a lot of biking too, even in winter. Although I haven't done it much this season, but still, regardless, these are more than just for people that do construction, right? Bicyclists, people. people that gonna like fix a flat tire on the side of the road on a busy highway, right? So that they're more noticeable. You know, maybe a nice yellow one in your survival bag, right? You know, just in case you get lost, right? Lost, can't find your way out, you're injured, you know, you you're limping and stuff like that. You could require some assistance. Probably that's not the time to be a gray man, you know, to wear a camel. Because you know, like, you're hurt, you're like, oh, I can use some help, right? You know, maybe they, oh, I'm gonna put this on, maybe I can get spotted, and maybe someone can give me a hand or whatever, right? Because it could be serious. And you know, I was watching, you know, from Really Big Monkey, David Pearson, right? And I, you know, you know, kind of summarizing and kind of be more concise with what he said. You know, I checked that out, and yeah, right. It reminded me of it. I'm like, yeah, there is times that you want to be more noticeable. You know, there's a time and place to be low key, and then there's a time and place to be much more noticeable. What's up? Speaking of noticeable, hey Sammy, hold on, go get this. Yeah, well, boom, right there. Speaking of noticeable, and we'll put an orange in here. Yeah, it's that first game rod, so I have it. Honestly, modified it my own way. Don't worry, a piece of cordage, it's with me too. It's part of me now. Oh yeah, and you know, once I'll just randomly put this rad on the screen. Enough said. And yes, I have used it. I did some light batoning, and I did make some feather sticks before for a fire for it. Just saying. So I have used this. Not as much, but I did. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, I'll eat pepper. Get you later, man. Uh, this fist bump or elbow bump, right? You know, take care, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll put that on the screen for you too. Well, I guess I ain't unlisting this video now. I was thinking about it, but you know what? Screw it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Why not? Because people have to scan through it or see some parts in it. Let me just check here. Holy cow! I've been at this for like 3 hours. Haven't I? Yep. Appreciate the like. I appreciate the likes. No way. I don't know. I've shown some people. Hey, it's not fixed blade, but it does a lot. Okay. I just, I'm just sitting on the side. I have not brought that out as much because I have the tendency to use air ones first or fixed blade, which is how it is now. I mean, you know, I'm more inclined to use like a more for first or something, just because it's more. It's not full tank, but it is fixed blade. I have the tendency to use a fixed blade a lot more. I mean, especially if I'm planning to be in the per se bush or woods. Yeah, I'm more inclined to using it than you know, almost like day to day or something like that. You know, hanging around at home or whatever. You know, I'll use our stuff. You know, some sort of Swiss Army knife, on my, you know, something I EDC everyday carry or something I just have in my pocket. You know, like this box cutter version or something like that, just because it's good enough. You know, because I'm cutting in blocks. Because I'm actually cutting in blocks. You know, it's already with me. It's already in my pocket. You know, these other ones are more specific for me to use. It's definitely. So let's see, what else? What else? Yeesh. What else has been up with me? Oh, everyone I shown likes it, by the way. They do like it. I do like it, don't get me wrong, I do like it. I just don't use it all the time. Because it depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I do want or do require the use of a fold. I do need or require the use of a full tang or a fixed blade. And then there's other times where I need something a little bit smaller just because what the nature I'm doing is would be smaller. Hold on, let me grab something here. Hold on. Oh, and I can show this at the same time. You can see something I made too. Ooh, yeah. Maybe I won't show that for now. It's way too complex. It's a lot of power, processing power for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, see? I still have it, Sammy. You shouldn't be nervous. You shouldn't be worried. I still do too. I might not have the tin, unfortunately, but I still have the more important things like this. Right? Now this would be something I use if I need something small, you know, depending on what I'm doing, right? Make sure. It's just like finding the right screwdriver for the right screw. Or right size screwdriver for the right screw. Well, sometimes I need the right cutting tool size for the right cutting task. So yes, I still have this. But, you know, I'll unlock that key later. I guess I've been giving little sneak peeks here and there, and unconsciously. Wow, I've been at this for 3 hours. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is probably the only second thing I can talk about more than creating. Really. Sometimes I can talk about creating for like hours and hours and hours. Such as not my last live stream because I only listed that one, but the previous one. I went for 5 hours on that. I was just like, yeah. Nah. No, I'll probably go for maybe another 15 minutes. I scored 2 anyways. Besides, when you've been lifting a bag for the last half an hour, an hour, yeah, it wears you down a bit. Right? Because clearly it's not like this airbag I have right here. Yeah, this is weight. I can carry this with my pinky. Has nowhere near the weight as my airbag. And has nowhere the weight of my airbag. So, yes. It's nice that I, well, more for this I was reconnecting with a lot of people. I clearly am because clearly I've reconnected with a lot of people on the stream. A lot more. A lot more. And some new faces dropping by and stuff like that. Some old faces dropping by. Always appreciate it. It's nice to reconnect with everyone here. And also, the reason I repeat myself all the time is because it's good for the tags and all that stuff. So it's more likely that it'll trigger it because I actually say it. Right? Say my tagline, tag words, and all that stuff in there. They're in the chat. They're in my yeah. They're in my tags. So you know. So let's see here. I am going to sit down for a moment here. What's it up? Wow. You'll have to wait and see, Sammy. This ain't a reveal stream. This ain't I'm showing my emergency preparedness bag stream. This is a late night chit chat with CR. And I'm talking about preparedness a lot more on this. And cordage, bracelets like paracord. Me randomly talking about winter here. And it's winter with snow. Random kids. You know, being ready. The preparedness part of it. This late night chit chat with CR here. You know, and be more proactive than reactive. As I was wearing my emergency preparedness bag for a full hour, 1 hour straight, give or take. You know, without sitting down or anything like that. Now I wasn't active or actively running or walking, but I did stand up. You know, and stuff like that. Because, like I said, this is a sneak peek and stuff. A lot of sneak peeks. I might see a lot more things in the works. A lot more things, right? Besides, I already did a sneak peek like this anyways. Just because I don't have to edit anything. Or anything like that. Or worry about condensing my video down and all that stuff. Yeah. I can add nice like effects and stuff like that, but so yeah, I'll probably go through a little bit longer here. Not too much longer. Hold on a second, I'm just trying to load up something here on the screen eventually. I'm just making sure that it's actually the right one I want to show. Just making sure it's the right one. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to load up something in advance for a little bit here. And I'll probably go for another like 10 minutes here, because I've already been at this for like over 3 hours already. It's actually longer than my previous unlisted live stream. It's now like 5 hours or an 8 hour, just under 8 hour live stream. So, like I did that. I don't think I could do another 8 or 5 for a while. Oh yeah, and I hinted on this too, but you know, it's something I'm recovering. You know, if you're wondering what it is, it's something to make things a little bit more okay. And if people know me well enough, I hint on stuff. You just have to read in between the hints. I drop in the clues in there. You know how I am. Yeah. Well, so I stick around for like another like 10 minutes. I'm not going in 10 minutes anyways. If you can. Where's that our bracelet? I'm trying to remember that our bracelet. I don't remember you sending me a bracelet. I know you sent me cordage. I don't think you actually made me specifically a bracelet. Uh, Regardless, I still have that other stuff, so it's not like it's definitely there. I tell people, this came from one of my Aussie subscribers on the channel and stuff like that. This came from down south, and stuff like that. This was this. I still have this. I do actually like this, by the way. I don't use it much, but I think it's ever stuff now. But I don't know. It's just because I have her stuff. So, stuff like that. Ah, I see. I see. Speedy recovery to you. Speedy recovery to you. Okay, I know I said 10 minutes, but I think I'll go 5 more. Go 5. I'll go for another 5 here, just because it is getting at that time. It's getting that time, anyways. So I gotta, like always, every time I do a live stream, I gotta put away stuff after, because I bring out stage props and stuff like that all the time. All that. I still can't find the green, that's why. I don't have enough of it. Actually, I haven't rated porn in a while. It's been a while since I actually, no, actually, I have rated porn this year for someone else. The zipper chain set, but that's because I made the cordage on the fly by using their grocery bag. But that's totally different. That's probably the only. Yeah, I haven't rated much porn this year. Although I've been doing a lot more sewing. That's for sure. I've definitely done a lot more sewing. Even some of the videos I showed late last year were mostly sewing videos, stuff like that. Yeah. I almost slipped out of the chair. That would have been embarrassing. Like this. Got that. Still got that green bandana, by the way. I'm sitting it in. It's actually. Yeah, it's sitting underneath my flag here. So, stuff like that. Aw. That emoji seems quite popular this year, apparently, among other things. So let's see here. Yeah, I got about like 3 minutes here. I go until like 5 minute 2 mark. I said I'd leave in 5 minutes, so I can leave at 5 minutes 2. I was gonna leave at the top hour, but yeah. Extra 5 minutes isn't hurt. Or I don't need the extra 5 minutes anyways. It'll be alright. So, in the last 2 minutes here, my 2 minute warning here, really, if anything right now, my main things I want to get through were be more proactive and being reactive. Prepared, whatever happens the rest of this year, whatever happened, whatever happened this year, once it goes away or whatever, changes things or whatever, right? Still have that buffer zone, still prepare. Just because this goes away doesn't mean that there'll be something else. There'll be that next storm, the next winter storm, that next rainstorm, right? Metaphorically speaking, there'll be something else, right? And hopefully, people that got more prepared this year or took it more seriously will do it more often because it does help. I've seen it. I've seen it help myself. What it does, right? Not everything, don't get me wrong, but there's been times where I'm like, I'm glad I had the stuff on hand, ready to go in advance, right? take care of pretty soon. So my last minute here, yeah, that's what I want to say. You know, and just put a bunch of things up on the screen, bunch of CRs on the screen, right? Bunch of CRs on the screen, bunch of yellows, right? And hopefully, like I said, hopefully, yes, I do. Hopefully, the preparedness, metaphorically speaking, will light the way. Like I said, light the way. I told you, stage props, CR, right? Hopefully, it will light the way. Darkness may be in the air right now. It may have filled your air, right? But the light will return, right? Just gotta hold out. Life will always test your resolve. There's always hurdles to jump, right? And just because what happened this year will disappear or whatever was that big back, you'll remember, right? There'll be another hurdle to jump in the future, right? There'll be that next storm and stuff like that, right? So with that, maybe just put on once I didn't find this out well, right? You know, the one known as always, as our world changes, we can adapt too. Skill and knowledge get better with practice can help everyone out there, but one can help someone. And until the next live stream and video frame, it's peace out from the one. You know, just like it says on the screen. CR. Take care, everyone. Good night. Good day. Take care. Bye.